Bangladesh remains volatile, with heavy deployments of soldiers and police in the capital city of Dhaka. Former Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina is here in India. There's no clarity as to when she'll be leaving India, which will be her next destination. Remember, Sheikh Hasina's resignation as Prime Minister has introduced uncertainties for India as well, impacting bilateral relations. With Hasina's departure, India faces challenges including an unclear interim government, potential revisions to crucial transit arrangements, and increased influence from Jamaat-e-Islami and Pakistan. New Delhi's strong support for Hasina over the past decade led to minimal interaction with Bangladeshi opposition groups, leaving India today in a very challenging position. And addressing the current anti-India sentiment in Bangladesh will be difficult, as substantial diplomatic efforts will be required to recover what has been lost ground. Today, the government also held an all-party meeting with Dr. Jaishankar briefing the opposition leaders on the development in the neighborhood. External Affairs Minister also made a suo motu statement in both the houses, saying that the priority for India is safe evacuation of Indian nationals, particularly students, adding that the government of India is in regular touch with the authorities in Dhaka. Let's listen in to what the External Affairs Minister had to say, and then I bring in the guests.
There was growing violence, including attacks on public buildings and infrastructure, as well as traffic and rail obstruction. The violence continued through the month of July. Throughout this period, we repeatedly counseled restraint and urged that the situation be diffused through dialogue. On 4th August, events took a very serious turn. What was particularly worrying was that minorities, their businesses and temples also came under attack at multiple locations. On 5th August, at very short notice, she requested approval to come for the moment to India. We simultaneously received a request for flight clearance from Bangladesh authorities. She arrived yesterday evening in Delhi.
Ambassador Humayun Kabir is former Foreign Secretary of Bangladesh. He's joining us live. We also have Brahma Chelani, Strategic Affairs expert. Ambassador Kabir, beginning with you, how is the situation unfolding, and what is the larger sentiment of how the developments in Dhaka will impact New Delhi?
Well, the situation is improving or moving towards improvement. This afternoon, the president has dissolved the parliament. Right now, consultations are going on among the president, army chief, political parties, civil society groups, and also the student leaders who really led this entire process. So it is expected that something would come out positive. And in the meantime, the student leaders have proposed the name of Professor Mohammad Yunus to head the interim government, and he has accepted that invitation. And now, if all the political parties agree to that point, I think tomorrow or day after tomorrow, an interim government could be sworn in. And there are indications that as of now, the interim government would look for holding the elections as soon as possible. And in the meantime, I would say that the political parties, the president, the political parties, army chief, the student leaders, all have called for maintaining the calm and maintaining the, I would say, communal harmony. And they have also requested the people to refrain from attacking any establishment. And in order to support their call, the student leaders have set up their student committees throughout the country. The army has given the names and telephone numbers of all the officers deployed throughout the country, and they are ready to extend any support if there is any risk of any violence against an institution or any person. Interestingly, what I can tell you, some of the madrasa students, they started protecting the temples, churches, and so on and so forth. And today there was no police on the street. The students came out and managed the traffic. I would say, since I went out, I could say that the management was reasonably well.